Good afternoon. The American Indians in Texas at the Spanish missions is a local group which has strong differences of opinion with regards to various things concerning identity, status of Native Americans, and so forth and so on. But they put an outstanding program on Father's Day. El Hombre Noble Awards also ended up with the presentation that is going to be viewed by you today. That presentation is by Jesse Borrego, an actor of well-renowned throughout San Antonio, who expresses something that Edward James Olmos did, and that many other people talk about, state, affirm, without any hesitation throughout the United States. The issues that they talk about are, as far as they are concerned, in no way in dispute. So we are really appreciative of being able to bring you Jesse Borrego.
This is our first event. This is sponsored by many different community organizations. One of the things that we're also introducing is the American Indians of Texas at the Spanish Colonial Missions. It's a nonprofit. Our office is just right over here at the corner of El Paso and San Jacinto. And there's a lot of exciting things that we want to start doing here in our community. I'm going to turn this over up to Ramon Vasquez y Sanchez. And also I'd like to introduce one of our special guest stars to come up here and say just a few words. He'll be available here throughout the day. And he's also a member of the Guateque Nation. He's on our rolls. His name is Jesse Borrego. He's a film star for Blood In, Blood Out, his other pieces like Tecumseh and Con Air. And he's an hombre and a father. He has his daughter, my niece, Tonatzi, and also Valeria will be here also. We'd like to introduce, maybe give him a warm welcome. He just flew in last night from Los Angeles, and it's good for him to be back home. Jesse Borrego.
How's everybody doing? Good to see so many good raza and good gente out here for this event. It's important for us, not only because it's important to understand our roots, our cultura, where we come from, but it's important because I think it's no coincidence that this event is being held the day before Father's Day. It's a very difficult battle that we're waging to raise future generations that will care about us as a culture. We talk a lot about trying to come up with preventative measures for a lot of the gang violence, a lot of the illiteracy, a lot of the drug use and addiction problems that are happening to a lot of our gente across the board, whether you recognize your indigenous roots or not. So what the Guateque Nation is trying to do, and the Native American Center over here, is they're really trying to find ways to be able to bring the old teachings of our gente back to our culture and try and instill them in our youth, in our young men, and women, and in our elders, and in the future generations that will come. Because if we don't start thinking about our future now, and we live only for ourselves, then in a couple of generations there won't be very much left. And we'll be old people in a home with children that do not care about us. And if that happens, then what kind of a future is there for us in this new millennium that's coming, with all these new technologies and new corporate controlled social policies. Our ex-governor of Texas, who's now our president, can you believe it? So you have to kind of look at that in perspective and go, what does that mean for our raza? A lot of times people talk about what's being done for us and how can we be helped. Well, I think it's time that we take responsibility for our own raza and the future of our gente.